Most men don't get rejected because she's not interested. They get rejected because they ask for intimacy the wrong way. Asterisk, let me say this clearly before we begin. Asking a woman for intimacy is not about tricks, pressure, or manipulation. If you think it is, you've already lost. Real intimacy happens when two people feel safe, respected, emotionally connected, and attracted at the same time. But here's the painful truth. Most men were never taught how to create that moment properly. They either rush, beg, act desperate, or they become so afraid of rejection that they never even ask. And that's why today, I'm breaking down the psychology behind asking for intimacy, the right way, not as a pickup trick, but as a communication skill that separates confident men from insecure ones. You see, women don't respond to words alone. They respond to energy, timing, emotional safety, and confidence. Two men can say the exact same sentence. One gets rejected, the other gets desire. Why? Because the message is not in the sentence. The message is in how grounded you are while saying it. Most men destroy attraction in three major ways. They ask too early. They ask with fear. They ask while seeking validation. When you do any of these, you don't look confident. You look unsure of your own worth. And the moment a woman senses uncertainty in your self-respect, desire collapses instantly. A confident request for intimacy doesn't sound needy, rushed, or apologetic. It feels calm. It feels grounded. It feels like this man is comfortable with himself, whether I say yes or no. And that energy alone is what makes many women feel safer saying yes in this video. I'm going to show you 5 psychological principles that completely change the way you ask for intimacy. These aren't lines. These are internal shifts that change how women feel in your presence. And when her feelings shift, her answer changes naturally. If you understand these 5 principles and actually apply them, you will never again feel awkward, nervous, or ashamed to express desire. You will become the kind of man who can express intimacy without pressure, without fear, and without manipulation. And that's the only way intimacy should ever happen. Now let's break this down step by step. Asterisk, most men think intimacy is about physical attraction. They are only half right. Physical attraction opens the door, but emotional safety decides whether she walks through it. If a woman does not feel emotionally safe with you, she will never fully open herself to you, no matter how good you look. Emotional safety means she doesn't feel judged. She doesn't feel rushed. She doesn't feel pressured. She doesn't feel like an object. She feels heard. She feels respected. Here's where men fail. They behave politely on the outside. But on the inside, their energy is screaming, "I need this to happen." Women sense that instantly. Neediness creates emotional danger. You must understand this deeply. The less attached you are to the outcome, the safer she feels with you. Safety is created when you are calm. You are relaxed. You are present. You are not trying to impress. You are not forcing the conversation toward sex. When a woman feels like she can breathe around you, intimacy becomes natural. When she feels hunted, intimacy shuts down. So before you ever ask for intimacy, ask yourself, has emotional comfort been built? Does she feel relaxed with me? Or does she feel like I'm pushing? If she feels pressure, your timing is wrong. Always. Asterisk, you can say the right words at the wrong time and still fail. Timing is everything. Asking for intimacy. Too early creates fear. Asking too late creates frustration. Asking at the right moment creates chemistry. The right moment always includes emotional connection already established. Positive body language. Mutual engagement. Comfortable silence. Shared laughter. Sustained eye contact, if she is leaning in. If she is comfortable with proximity. If she mirrors your body language. If the conversation is flowing, that's your timing window. Most men ignore these signals and use logic instead of awareness. They think, I've waited long enough. She should be interested by now. I don't want to miss my chance. That's ego talking, not awareness. The right moment doesn't feel forced. It feels natural. It feels unhurried. It feels calm. if your heart is racing with anxiety. That's not timing. That's fear trying to rush you. Asterisk real confidence is quiet. A nervous man asks for intimacy, like he's asking for approval. A confident man expresses desire like he's stating a preference. There's a huge difference between "do you want to" and "I'd like to." Confidence does not beg. Confidence does not convince. Confidence does not over-explain. Confidence simply expresses intention without attachment to the outcome. When you ask from confidence, your voice is calm. Your body's relaxed. Your eyes are steady. Your heart is not begging. The moment you attach your self-worth to her answer, you lose power. Now she's not responding to desire, she's responding to pressure. And pressure destroys attraction faster than anything. Confidence says, "I want you." But it also says, "I'll be okay if you say no." The balance is magnetic. Asterisk, this is one of the biggest psychological mistakes men make. They say things like, "You're making me feel this way. I can't help myself because of you. I've been waiting for this." The moment you put responsibility for your emotions on her, desire turns into burden. She didn't ask to carry your hunger. She didn't ask to manage your longing. She didn't ask to save your loneliness. A masculine man owns his desire without making it her. Responsibility, instead of "you're driving me crazy," becomes a "I feel attracted to you." One is pressure. One is ownership. Ownership is sexy. Burden is not. Asterisk, this is where real masculinity is revealed. Any man can act confident. When she says yes, only a powerful man stays grounded. When she says no, a weak man gets angry, gets bitter, gets defensive, tries to convince, feels insulted. A powerful man stays calm, respects her boundary, keeps his self-respect, does not beg, does not collapse. When you respect her no fully and peacefully, two powerful things happen. You keep your dignity, and you increase her trust in you. Sometimes a no today becomes a yes, later not because you pushed but because you proved you were safe. Asterisk. So now you see the truth most men never realize. Asking a woman for intimacy is not about bold lines, clever tricks, or social manipulation. It's about who you become before you ever open your mouth. It's about the emotional safety you create. It's about your timing. It's about your grounded confidence. It's about owning your desire without turning it into pressure. And above all, it's about respecting her answer without losing your self-respect. When these 5 elements come together, something powerful happens. You stop chasing. You stop begging. You stop fearing rejection. And for the first time in your life, you start choosing, not hoping. You realize that intimacy is not something you steal from a moment. It is something that happens naturally when two people feel safe, connected, and attracted at the same time. And here's the biggest shift of all. The moment you stop needing her to say yes is the moment you become the man she feels safest saying yes to. Because real masculinity is not proved by how many women desire you. Real masculinity is proved by how calmly you stand. Whether she chooses you or not. You don't shrink when she says no. You don't inflate when she says yes. You stay centered. You stay grounded. You stay powerful, and that energy, that is what changes everything. So stop asking from fear. Stop asking from loneliness. Stop asking from ego. Start asking from presence, from confidence, from self-respect. Because when you become that man, you don't just ask for intimacy. Intimacy begins to meet you halfway. Asterisk, the day you stop chasing intimacy is the day intimacy starts chasing you.